Welcome to our show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We've got plenty of interesting topics to get to this afternoon. The first topic is one that seems to have taken over the Twitter world, and that is hashtag YOLO.
Ugh, I just can't take all this YOLO stuff.
What's the big deal, G? I mean, you shouldn't hate on those people for making the most of their lives just because you messed up on your mortality shot twice.
Hey, now, the first time I was just really tired. Have you ever traveled in complete darkness for 24 hours straight? It's not as easy as I made it look. And then, you know, snakes are just very sly creatures. You can't trust them. It's as simple as that.
Well, if I had the chance to become immortal, I think I would have done better than you did. Anyways, you're 2/3 God, 1/3 human. Wouldn't you make your life better than most people's?
Either way, that's beside the point. I know you only live once, and you should make the best of what you have. But that still doesn't make me feel any better about dying.
What? Why should you be afraid of something that you don't know about anything about anyways? I mean, what's there to be afraid of?
Hold on just a second. Socrates, are you saying that you aren't afraid of death at all?
Well, I wouldn't say it doesn't scare me a little, but I'm not going to be terrified of something that I hardly know anything about. None of us, well, most of us, don't know what to expect when time comes to die.
That's exactly what scares me, though. It's the fear of the unknown afterlife. There's no way to predict what it will be like.
So, shouldn't that fear push you to get the most out of your life that you have now and deal with the afterlife when the time comes?
I guess so. The unknown is just scary. It messes with your freaking head.
Hold on just a second. Here, kid. God, if anyone can answer this question, then it would be you. So, what exactly happens when a person dies? Tell us, please.
Well, actually, I can reveal that right now, my friend. There's a conversation for another day. Alright, now let's look at another topic hot in the news. Just a few days ago, a group of teenage boys in Colorado found a stack of baseball tickets worth over $1,500. And what did they do with it? They went on a mission to find the rightful owner of those tickets.
I just cannot commend these boys enough for what they did. They did what they thought was right, and that is more gratifying than whatever else they could have gotten out of those tickets.
I don't know about that. $1,500 is a heck of a lot of money. You could do a lot with that.
Oh, really, Gilgamesh? Gilgi? So you're really saying that these boys would have been better off basically stealing what was not rightfully theirs?
Well, yeah. You wouldn't do the same at their age?
Jesus Christ, hold the phone. You can't just steal something like that from another person.
Why not? What would Charlie Sheen say? Oh, that's right. Hashtag winning.
Gilgamesh, are you familiar with my work?
Somewhat. Why?
I am the one and only God, so basically, I can control whatever I want to. That's why you're only 2/3 God, by the way. Your mom wanted you to be completely godlike, but I wasn't having any of that. There can only be one of me, right? Back to what I was saying. If I punished Adam and Eve for eating a piece of fruit that I told them not to eat, what do you think I'd do in this situation?
Like you could really do anything to me. I rule over an entire city at will. Nobody can match my strength and power.
Yeah, whatever you say, G.
Let's go back to what these boys did. Don't you think that we need more people like this in the world? I would say only a handful of teenagers would return these with no questions asked.
You always have to follow the rules, don't you, Socrates? I bet you were the teacher's pet back in grade school, weren't you?
Whoa, kid. Not at all.
Don't you think rules are meant to be broken, even if it's just a little bit?
Not at all. Not at all. Okay? You're wrong. If rules were meant to be broken, then why should we have them in the first place?
That's what makes it interesting. It's fun to see if you get away with it or not.
Where would humankind be if I had not set rules for Adam and Eve? Did they not listen and suffer the consequences of their actions? Laws and rules are vital to maintaining order in the world.
That's absolutely ridiculous, G. So what happens when your luck runs out and you finally get caught?
Just don't get caught. It's as simple as that.
Alright, let's move on to our final topic.
Our final topic of discussion is one that may seem very simple on the surface, but it really can go on for hours upon hours. This is the question of the difference between good and bad, or right versus wrong.
Oh gosh! Don't tell me you're getting into this piety discussion again. I already listened to that moron Euthyphro try to decipher the difference between the two. what's pious is held dear to the gods, and what's impious is not held dear to the gods. That guy is just an idiot.
No, that's not where we're going with this, Socrates.
What we're focusing on here is one's ability to differentiate between good and bad. I think that what this ultimately comes down to is whether or not you can resist temptation. As we saw with Adam and Eve, temptation is the work of the devil, and they were unable to resist his enticement.
I would definitely agree with that. I think we can also see temptation in what my dear friend Enkidu was faced with. The harlot found him in the woods with his pack, and after their long copulation, she convinced him to come to Eric as we had planned.
I think temptation can be considered both a good thing and a bad thing. How do you see it in this situation?
It was no doubt a good thing here. I gained a great friend and a companion. Why do you ask?
As good a friend as he may have been to you, the things you did together is ultimately what led to his death. So, don't you think they may have been better off being left alone in the wild?
Not at all. I think the life he had with me, as short as it may have been, is one that is better than what he would have had in the wild.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Hey, fair enough. Fair enough.
Fair enough, man.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is our show for this week. And I say unto you dudes, Hallelujah, Hallelujah, bless us all.